Ayo, what is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another Should You Pull video for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Let's go. So, if you enjoy the video or find it helpful, maybe, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a like and subscribe to my channel. That would be super sweet. On to the video. Alrighty, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the new banner that just got released as a follow-up for the Halloween event with Zack and Glenn, their new weapons and costumes. First impressions, look at that Zack animation. Gotta love it. Glenn's, but I mean, it's just a buff ability. So let's actually take a look at the banner itself. The specific things that you can get are this Black Hound costume for Zack, which gives him boost HP and boost physical attack. So two pretty nice stats. And the same thing with Glenn, but I mean, the costume is just perfect. So good. Let's look at the weapons. Zack gets Black Whiskers, a physical attack water-based weapon. It lowers the enemy's physical defense with a mid potency, and it actually lowers their water resist at low potency. So this thing is already looking pretty good. In terms of stats, it has his second highest physical attack after his Zweihander, actually. And support material, he's got a sigil boost, a physical attack boost, and an attack boost for water, making this weapon a really powerful water-based weapon already. I like it. Let's see what Glenn has to offer for us. His weapon is the Pumpkin Lamppost. It gives him a high potency physical attack increase. Actually, he can give that to any ally, which is awesome, with a small regen and small heal, which is, you know, really not that much to write home about. In terms of stats, his physical and magical are not as strong as his other weapons, but it's actually his best heal stat weapon. And then support material, he's got an attack boost and 2 physical attack boosts. So pretty good for a physical build or physical support. Not bad at all. The best weapon to compare Zack's new weapon with is Cloud's Maritime Sword. Let's take a look. The physical and magic attack of Cloud's weapon is higher than Zack's, but Zack's heal is higher. The ability, Cloud's ability does more straight up damage, but Zack has that powerful physical defense decrease and water resist down, which is looking pretty good. And then if you look at the R abilities, boost attack plus 54, which is 14 more than what Cloud's Maritime Sword offers. That's actually intense. For support material, both of them have a physical attack boost Both of them have a sigil boost. Cloud's weapon has another physical attack boost, but Zack's weapon, going deep into that water again, water ability damage plus 30%. So this is like the ultimate water weapon, in my opinion. So yeah, Zack can really make waves with this weapon, and to be honest, so can anybody else, using this as a sub-weapon for that fat boost physical attack. And the boost water potency is also a really solid R ability. So it's looking definitely like a really good weapon, and I would say a must-have for a water build. Now then, let's check out Glenn's weapon. There wasn't really a, one-to-one comparison that I could do. The best thing I could find was Sephiroth's Aonibi. Glenn's Lamppost does less physical attack, but more magic attack, and they have the same heal stat. And in terms of command abilities, the Lamppost gives you a high physical attack, high potency physical attack increase with a small regen, small heal that doesn't really do anything, which is similar to Sephiroth's Frenzied Stance, which gives you the high magic attack increase with pretty much the same stuff. The difference is that Aonibi has boost HP and Pumpkin Lamppost has boost physical attack. So Pumpkin Lamppost looks a bit better, depending on if you want damage or survivability, whatever the case. R abilities: attack physical for Lamppost, and attack heal for Aonibi. So overall, you compare them, they're actually pretty similar weapons, but the Lamppost is more offensive. Let's take a quick peek at some weapons that share the R2 ability of the featured weapons. In Zack's case, it's boost water potency. Tifa's Grand Gloves give boost heal on top of that, kinda meh. Red's Noble Collar gives boost attack, which is nice, but mostly people want a pure damage, physical or magical, rather than a split. Now, other than Cloud's Maritime Sword, the next three weapons, of which Lucia's Serpent Eater is one of them, these all give boost HP, which in my opinion are the best weapons to complement Zack's Black Whiskers. If you get the Whiskers and you have these three weapons maxed out, you can turn Zack into an absolute Goliath with all the extra boost HP, and especially if you get his costume, which gives you another 10 boost HP, your boy Zack is not just going to be a Goliath, he's going to be a water Goliath of note. So, let's check out Glenn. Weapons that share an R2 with Glenn's new weapons R2 is Cloud's Mithril Saber. If you already have decent magic attack weapons with Glenn, this could be pretty good for you. Then you'd have the magic attack stack with boost ability potency. Zack's Cutlass gives you boost physical defense, which is kinda meh, to be honest. The next two weapons have boost heal, which is pretty awkward, honestly, because Glenn doesn't have an AoE heal ability yet, but if you wanted to lean into healing, you could combo Lamppost with those. Now these guys, in my opinion, are the most complementary with Glenn's new weapon. because they both give boost attack, which is very nice with boost ability potency. It makes it so that Glenn is going to become a solid hybrid DPS. Now that that's out of the way, we all know that the rates of the featured weapons are increased, right? But some people might not know. Do yourself a favor, check out the odds. Is that certain other 5-star weapons have a higher rate than all of the rest, except for the featured weapons. So in this banner, it's Cloud's Maritime Sword, which, with what we know now, gives this banner even more value. And then Aerith's Prism Rod. If you are still chasing that, here's your chance to get it a bit easier. Then we also got Sephiroth's Edged Wings. If you're still on that Ice Magic Sephiroth build, Edged Wings has a better chance for you here. And on top of that, Matt's Killer Hornet, if you're interested in that. And Lucia's Bold Eagle, which is also still a very good weapon because it gives you that oh so juicy ice resist down. Now, are you wondering if you should pull? Well, I would pull Zack's Black Whiskers if you already have a strong Maritime Sword, because those two are best buddies. Or if you're planning on chasing Maritime Sword for that physical attack and water potency combination. I would also pull for Black Whiskers if you already have a solid water setup on pretty much any character. It'll be a awesome sub weapon. Or you're planning on creating a water potency build for any character. If that's you, I would say the Black Whiskers is a must-have, especially for physical water builds like the Maritime Sword, because I mean this thing reduces their physical defense and their water resistance, so you're going to be hitting like a truck. Also, if you want to go for the chunky Zack, the Goliath as I called it, you want this weapon. And then you also want to chase Lucia's Serpent Eater, Glenn's Personal Style, and Matt's Orthodox Raven. Tifa's Grand Gloves and Red's Noble Collar helps for the water potency, but the R1 abilities are not as great. So if you have any of these weapons already beefed up or planning to chase and upgrade them, then you definitely need Black Whiskers in your life. As for Glenn, I'd pull for his Pumpkin Lamppost if you already have a strong physical attacking Glenn build, or planning on building a physical attack team with Glenn as a DPS or support. That fat physical attack buff is going to help you out a lot. Then, if you have or want builds that use boost HP and ability potency, then go for it. The Pumpkin Lamppost will complement those really nicely. Last but definitely not least, if you have a strong upgraded and or overboosted heavy hauser, same thing with the Shinra Blade Model 1, then you're going to be in the business of having a hybrid Glenn, because boost attack and boost ability potency work together really well for a hybrid DPS, which is actually pretty underrated in my opinion. Because I mean, let's say you're building physical DPS, you only have enough sub weapons for one guy to get to level 7, then you might rather want a level 7 boost attack instead of a level 5 or whatever boost P attack. So yeah. In summary, I think the Pumpkin Lamppost is pretty decent. It works actually quite nicely for a hybrid Glen build, and it's obviously a decent sub-weapon for any physical attackers, or hybrid attackers for the boost ability potency. But I think that Zack's Black Whiskers is the real prize of this banner, and is actually a really freaking good weapon, especially with physical based water builds. You could have a really strong physical attack water potency Zack with a maxed out overboosted maritime sword, and you can make your Zack pretty massive in terms of HP with his costume from this banner, and in combo with any of those, any or all of those 3 weapons that I mentioned earlier. That's Lucia's Serpent Eater, Glenn's Personal Style, and Matt's Orthodox Raven. So having all of that, you could end up with an absolute tank of a Zack with high boost physical attack, high boost water potency, and of course the high HP boost. But wait, that's not all. Even if you are not planning on building a Zack, the Black Whiskers is a really solid sub-weapon for anybody else that is building physical attack and water potency. But don't forget that if you are using Zack, you get access to that sweet command ability, which gives you that fat physical defense down and the water resist down, which is actually ridiculous. So make your decision based on all the information that I've given you here. Overall, I would say this banner is actually a pretty solid banner to pull on. At least until you got Zack's weapon and his outfit. So yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it, and see ya.